Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. I think just as I was transitioning us to the away screen, Sale was trying to tell us what non-weapon proficiency he was going to take. What are you taking there, Sale?
My timing was off, but I'm taking butchery. I think it's more appropriate for what just happened.
Yeah. Now you know how to butcher a person, a creature. You can cut meat up real good.
Damn right. I'm going to be trying to do my best to make use of this skill.
Excellent. So, party members, the storm is slowly fading away. You guys are up here on the top of this mountain. Indubitably, are search parties out looking for you guys, looking for this treasure, but they haven't made their way to you, probably because of the strength of the storm. It's just difficult to scour a mountain in the middle of all this rainfall. So now that it is breaking... Okay.
What HP am I at now?
You're at 1, buddy. You're at 1. Nick should be at 4 by now. No, yeah, 4 by now.
I say we give it one more day. I don't think Archie on 1 HP is a good spot to be leaving.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. We wait another day. While you wait this day, you undoubtedly discuss amongst the four of you your plans for the near future.
Yes. Well, the plans are to find that laboratory, rest up, then go and find Nightingale and get our ship.
Hell yeah. Nightingale must pay for what she did to us. She sent us to our deaths, and I'm not happy about it.
I better be the one to kill her.
Well, listen, guys. Nightingale, if she thinks that we're still on her side, we might be able to make use of her later. We can come back here, we can get revenge when the time's right. Right now, we don't really need any more enemies. Why don't we let her think that we're still her friend? We'll lie about where the treasure is. We'll take the ship. We'll come back here one time in the future, take her hospitality, and we'll confront her then.
So proud of you, Captain. Come a long way.
Thank you, Norm. I'm not sure what you mean by that, but I'm not in the business of turning down compliments. So I'll have it. But, so where are we? We're on the other side of that mountain, so we're not too far away from the place, right?
Whoops, sorry.
Yeah, I think we know where the laboratory is, right?
Where's the laboratory?
I don't fucking remember.
It was on the
I think
edge
I
of
knew at
the
one point,
lake.
right?
Wasn't it like here?
Wasn't the chest visible by the door? So it is to the north, by that little village, night market thing.
Oh shit, now we're confused.
Remember the original note was like, the reveal scrolls will be found by the door. Or wait,
Yeah, let me read.
or was that by the? Oh shit, I can't remember now.
In a
Did the
while.
need ever arise, a cache of revealing scrolls has been buried at the mountain, seen from the main entrance. In the second one... Oh, wait, that is the one. Hold on.
Because there was 2 chests, right?
Yeah.
Where were the 2 chests on the map?
One was up here,
Mm-hmm.
and the other was like in this lagoon.
So 1 chest here, 1 chest here.
That's right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Letter X. So what does that tell you about where the secret lair is?
Okay.
What was the sequence we went through in finding the chests? Like the original was supposed to have the reveal scrolls, and then there was like, how did we figure out the backup chest? There was like a note in that chest, the first chest, wasn't there?
Yeah. But and if you look at that note, the last sentence of it says, "Don't even try to dig up the spell. It sits in plain sight at the lab's woodshop for a good reason."
Correct. And we dug up the spell.
And that was in the lagoon, right?
And that was in the lagoon. So the lab is down there. Yeah.
That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're closer to that anyway.
Correct.
Where's the lab? Point it out on the map with an arrow.
Yeah, sure.
So the
Somewhere
laboratory
around there.
is over in the lagoon somewhere.
Well, it's the end. The woodshop can see the lagoon, at least. So somewhere down there. Milram said he knows where it is. So, you know.
For my readings, the lab's wood shop is down there. That's where the lab is. Somewhere over there.
Yeah, so I was thinking like up here, you know.
Yeah.
So you think that these are two different... The first one says, by the mountain visible from the main entrance. So that main entrance is not the same as the lab.
Yeah,
Is the
that's-
thinking.
I guess
Right, we're
so,
talking
yeah,
about
'cause
two
otherwise-
different places.
We speculated that the main entrance was like the main entrance of the town or something.
Okay,
And it used to be up there.
Yeah.
perfect.
Well, the main entrance of the night market, maybe. That he mentions.
I'm just gonna say for the record, I think it's up in the north. And so if we're wrong in like an hour, I want that known.
Yeah, okay, sure. Well, it's not like Nilrim led us in the completely wrong direction last time, to the point where we had to walk around the entire island to find it. So I trust him wholeheartedly.
Taking 2 detect magics, 1 in learn.
Okay.
I will also take the detect magic.
So you guys are already on the back side of this mountain a little bit, somewhat. So you can't see out over the ocean. You can't see the town anymore. And the plan is to come down the back side of the mountain and then over towards the lagoon and look for the lab.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
7 miles, we can do that in a day.
Yeah, you got to come down the mountain, which will take quite a bit longer because you got to switch back. It's not quite so straightforward. And the jungle is slow going, but you can do 7 miles in a day.
So we trudge through the sodden jungle, dodging all the mosquitoes.
As
Slap one
the
against my neck. Hate this place. Sick of this jungle. There's no jungles like this in Eridon, you know.
as the rain gives way to jungle and swamp and marsh, you guys come across some of these random people that make their living by gathering things out of the jungle. We're gonna do, you guys all roll a perception check. I'm gonna roll a perception check for each of the people in their party, and we'll see who sees who first. They get a 27.
I got a 31.
Ooh, all right, Mooten. Nilrum, you guys are moving through the jungle when you spot a flash of orange. And at first you think it might be like a tiger or a toucan or some other sort of like brightly colored animal. And then you see it is the orange of someone's sleeve, who just happens to be wearing like a bright orange colored shirt. They are harvesting some bananas off of a tree that they have scampered up somewhat. They've got a
Do I think at
machete
this
in
point
one
I can
hand.
reasonably just like hide and we can just wait them out?
Yes, it's clear that they haven't seen you. They're focused on climbing this tree to get these bananas, but you are aware that there are now people around you. There are people
What's going
nearby.
through Nilrim's head is we are 4 people in the jungle. We are known murderers. The word is probably spread. These people will be extremely afraid of us if they see us. I'll put my hand up like this and tell everybody to get down, and I'm going to wait them out.
Yeah. You guys can wait
I
and
agree.
watch. They gather their bananas. What were we going to say, Nick?
No, I agree. That's what I was saying.
Gotcha. They gather their bananas and head off in a different direction. A few minutes later, you guys feel safe enough to continue your journey. You make it round backside of the mountain. You come out through this jungly area looking for something until you pop out on an edge and can see the lagoon in front of you.
Okay. So the lagoon that is there now is the laboratory's wood shop. That is a fact. Do you agree?
Well, the entrance of the wood shop can see the lagoon, is what I agree.
I agree with that. But this is buried in the center of the testing grounds. The reveal spell where we found, the reveal spell that we found is the lagoon, which is the center of the testing grounds.
Yeah.
Do you agree with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to find the wood shop, and we need to then find the entrance, which I assume would be nearby. So I'm
Right.
gonna cast Detect Magic, and I'm gonna just look around and see if I can find it.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
Can I do like a basic search to see if I like maybe find like a stone, like a rock that looks like it was used for a building, or any sort of hint that there was a building here?
Mm-hmm.
As a perception?
Yeah. You look around, it's just jungle. It's pretty clear that this jungle is fast growing, and if this wood shop is supposed to be, at least 1,000 years old, 2,000 years old, something like that, it's pretty well covered by the jungle by now. Especially if there's been a town near here. Hard to imagine that you guys would find hidden ruins right next to a town that town hasn't found in 2,000 years.
Can you explain what the reveal spell does?
Yeah, this is actually a great moment to talk about that. The reveal spell, by its very nature, is tied to a higher level spell that uses... it's very similar to... it's called a demi-shadow wall spell, and it creates a partially physically real wall that, if you're unaware that it is a phantom wall, is essentially real, will hold your weight, you can lean against it. It's like an illusory wall spell, but actually solid. You can throw a rock against it and the rock would physically bounce off of it. The reveal spell will turn that semi-real wall into a non-existent wall. It'll just like phase it out of existence for a period of time. And then when the spell wears off, the wall will fade back into existence.
So we'd have to find the wall first.
How long does this spell last? Is it something I can cast and it's gonna be like a huge AoE and I'm gonna like reveal everything and find the wall?
It is a what do you call it? Everything within 60 feet of you, and then it'll last for a number of rounds equal to your level, and you can always, tone it down if you want it to be shorter.
Yeah.
What if it's not here, Nolan? What if it's up at the top of the island?
No, I'm eating. Hold on.
I'm saying this as I'm like kicking away grasses looking for stones after Sale points it out.
Mm-hmm.
I will point at the note. It's got to be here. It's got to be here somewhere. And I'll explain to you how the reveal spell works. But I just don't know how we find the entrance from the notes we've been given.
I'll say, like, is it crazy to think that this entire island was his laboratory? Like, the entire island almost encompassed various parts of it.
I'm gonna walk around. I want to see if I can get a view of the mountain. Because it says the mountain can be seen from the main entrance. So maybe there is like a point where the mountain is like super visible. And it's like near a wall or whatever.
If you were to come all the way out to the tip of this area, you suspect you could see the mountain down this range. You'd have to venture all the way out there, and that would be sort of visible because you'd be walking across the lagoon, which is nice and flat with no cover. So it's a little dangerous to go check that out. But in theory, maybe from the very, very edge of the coastline, maybe you could see the mountain. But all this other area right here is going to get blocked by this mountain. It's going to be blocked by the thick jungle.
My assuming is that it's going to be like, the laboratory is probably going to be actually underground. And maybe it's like a hole in the ground that we like go down into over here. But I think this is like Nilrum's last thoughts. You can see it from the main entrance. The night market blows in the wind or whatever. So it's got to be down here probably.
I mean, I'm reading this note again. I'm standing there as Nilrum's looking around. And in the Ark Ferris's letter, it does say, after so many years of my existence, it's only proper that the old laboratory and all within it goes to you. Please use the space to train your apprentices. I've trained you. May you enjoy the sounds of the night market blowing in on the wind for many more years, which implies actually the laboratory is by the night market.
Which is over here, right?
No, I thought the night market was up by the first.
That's what we maybe thought, right?
We did see like lights in the water. Maybe that has to be related to how the night market was put. Maybe it was put there specifically for that reason.
Well, if it's up there, we're gonna go next. I think, and Nilrum is just gonna start walking over here. We gotta check over here.
Yeah, let's check it out first.
Sure. So the whole party together is going to go across the lagoon out to the point.
Now, Nilrum's gonna go probably. Nilrum will go with the captain. I don't know. He'll ask the captain, I guess. Do you think it's wise that 4 of us go over there?
Yeah, I don't think we should split up.
Okay, let's go together.
6 miles across the sand, down the beach. It's an easy jaunt. The storm has blown itself out, but the clouds are always present above, always churning, always blowing in the same direction, always heading this way, in that clockwise direction around the island, around the whole collection of islands. Let's get a random encounter check.
Sorry. Wait. Before we make this journey, I mean, the wood shop would be by the tree line, right? It's not going to be on the edge of the shore where there's no trees.
In 1,000 years.
You think the trees just
Islands
stop
can
growing?
change a lot.
I mean, I think that the lagoon wasn't probably in the center of his testing grounds 1,000 years ago.
I guess so. You're the smart guy here. If you say trees can change, I guess maybe it's true.
What do you want, Koibu?
I was going to make some random encounter
Okay,
checks.
no, that's fine. I voiced my concerns, and we
Duly noted, Captain.
As you come across this bottom side over here, you find some rubble of a recently shipwrecked ship. There's no survivors. There's just some planks that are washing up and some crates that are bound together with rope and hammered together with nails.
no survivors, just like the old lady said. That makes us so lucky.
After a little while, you arrive at the point. Nice sandy beaches all the way up and down. You can see town. Yeah, you can barely see the edge of town. You can definitely see the mountain near it. You can see little bits of smoke rising up from the chimneys throughout. You can see the few ships bobbing out in the harbor. But otherwise, it's just a sandy coastline. There's a little bit of grass, some trees here and there.
And I see the mountain. I want to find the exact point where I can definitely see the mountain. Okay.
Can you see this man?
You can definitely see this mountain without any problem whatsoever.
Mountain's not what we want.
But this one up here, you get to the very edge and you go out and stand up to your knees in the water and lean out a little bit. And you think you might be able to clip that mountain over there, but there's a lot of jungle between you and that mountain that blocks your line of sight. You can sort of see the top of it when you're standing in the water itself.
Does this island here also look like it could have been a mountain if there had been land near it?
So the mountain that we're looking for is
Well,
the mountain that we found the first spells
Yeah,
at.
so
right?
that's the mountain up at the top.
Yeah, so it is this mountain that we're looking for. Correct.
Gotcha.
Well,
Yeah, this is a mountain. It just kind of comes out of the water that makes an island.
Gotcha.
And
So
there
I
are
think,
a couple of
any
other small,
possibility.
rocks out here as well. But they're not
I mean, fuck
particularly
it.
large.
I'm not going to be able to cast it later, so
Yeah,
might as well
just
cast it now.
Cast your spell.
I'm going to, as soon as I feel like I'm in the best spot that I can see the mountain, I'm just going to cast, I guess I'll cast Detect Magic. Look
You already
around out
did?
Here, see if that was way earlier. I have 2.
Okay, I thought you had a magic missile instead.
I swapped it. As
Okay, sweet.
I said,
You cast a second Detect Magic. You find nothing magical around you whatsoever.
Fuck it, reveal.
You cast your Reveal spell, and nothing changes. Nothing moves.
You stumped me.
Well, I guess we try the top of the island then.
Yep.
Can we
Where
get
it's-
out of the open by the end of today?
Yeah. It's another
Can I-
6 miles back to cover. Another 2 hours.
Before we leave, can I try to read an omen nearby?
Absolutely.
Using a
You
tide
need the tide pools, and here you are near the tide pools. What omen would you like to divine?
I will go to the shore, I'll find a tide pool, I'll kind of kneel in it, and rather than, grab nearby sand, I'll actually take some from my pendant. I'll just take a very small pinch and just kind of put it there and be like, is what we seek here.
Okay. I will make a check. Omen reading. So the sands from your pendant fall into the water, which is how you do your omen reading. And sometimes it takes on different patterns or shapes. In this situation, it just kind of piles into like a singular ridge. Just like a I don't know, half-inch long, quarter-inch wide, half-inch tall, singular little ridge. Which you
Like a
interpret
mountain.
to be kind of like a mountain. And you don't see any mountains near you. So I think your divination tells you that this is not the spot, or at least the spot is a mountain, or something in that vein. Do you have
I like immediately stand up. How far does my detect magic go?
like 60 feet or something?
Wizards is longer, isn't it?
Detect magic.
I think it's the same.
Oh, this
Yeah, they're both pretty short.
Oh, I thought it was like miles. No.
It
New.
was only when he was looking for the beacon spell that he could
Right.
look for miles.
Ah, gotcha.
For you, it's 30 meters, 30 yards.
I'm gonna like. Could I make the connection that the ridge mountain looks a little bit like this mountain from a distance?
It does, yeah.
I'm gonna like immediately stand up and call everyone over to look at my omen and be like, I think that's the mountain we're looking for, and then I'll turn and point at that mountain over here. And I'll be like, I think we've been going the wrong way the entire time. I talked to my god, and I think he's telling us to go here.
Sail, that's just some sand. and
Yeah,
some
if I
water.
look at the sand, does the sand look like this mountain as well?
No, because that's more of a butte. That's more of like a singular peak rising out of nothing. The one that he made is much more of like a ridge that looks like the, either this mountain or this island. One of those more like classic ridge-like mountains. This is a beauty boy.
Yeah, I'll basically say I either think that the land around this mountain disappeared in the 1,000 years, or this mountain over here is the one we're looking for.
It could also be this one. When we're at the top, could we see this mountain clearly or no?
Totally.
Oh shit!
But that's
Down
right
to
next
the
to the
palace?
town, isn't it? Wouldn't the town have found it after all these years?
No,
Dude, what
because
if the
of
palace
reveals,
is
no.
built on the entrance? The palace we were at.
Obviously, I
That,
didn't find it.
that would, but that yeah, because there is like an extra mountain going up behind the palace.
Probably this mountain, because it's talking about the winds and the sounds of the night market, right? This is close enough that you could probably hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe somewhere on this mountain. This mountain wouldn't make too much sense.
That was close enough for this testing grounds to be like within an hour or two's walk. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I'll go down to the testing grounds, you know.
We might as well check this one out, right? We're closest to it.
Yeah, it's a nice long mountain range. How do you search a mountain range?
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah. Well, you've got 3 clues, don't you? What are your individual
We have
clues?
we have 2 notes.
You can,
And in the notes, none of them say exactly where the entrance is, other than the fact that the entrance is near, or you can see like the main mountain from the entrance.
Right. You can see this mountain from the entrance. You can see this
Yeah.
spot from the wood shop, and you can,
And you can hear
hear the night market.
Yeah,
Right.
So
So,
on top of the mountain sounds pretty good, actually.
that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
which mountain?
this one.
Big mountain by where we've just come from.
Okay.
Back up the mountain then.
Back up the mountain. Go.
Yes.
Wait, does this mountain look like the sand? Is
What's
it a
this
ridge
one?
or is it a single mountain?
This one.
Yeah.
It's a ridge. It's not a butte. It's a ridge. It could be the little pile of sand in the water.
Delete my painting.
Well,
right.
we're going to this one because it's closest.
Excellent.
It hits all the things.
Yeah.
We can't just keep wandering around this goddamn island looking for this secret place. How do we know it's even still here?
Have a little faith,
Swear to
Captain.
God, I've had enough of this shit,
I've
man.
been having faith for the last 3 weeks, Nilrim. If it's not up here,
We've been circling this island twice now, Magic Man. This guy suddenly starts talking to sand. We almost got killed up there. I want to smash Lady Nightingale's head in, get on a boat, and get the fuck out of here. Seriously.
You guys make your way to the jungle. By the time you get back within the cover of the jungle, it's time to rest and keep a low profile, unless you want to be a little bit more risky.
No.
The sun is
Oh,
beginning
sure.
to set. We pass
Wait.
another night.
You said you buried the treasure up here, right?
Yes.
Okay. If we do find the laboratory up here, we should take the treasure into the laboratory.
I agree. Might under the assumption once you know a reveal spell, or once you know where something is with a reveal spell, you can just walk through it in and out freely.
No, the implication is that you're going to need to cast the spell every time you want to move in and out. You're physically changing the properties of the mountain of the wall. That night in
The
the
reveal
jungle. Go ahead.
Reveal spell is the key to a door.
Yes.
Yeah. That night in the jungle.
That night in the jungle, you are awoken by the sounds of some sort of angry large cat, maybe at least 600 feet away from you, a good distance away from you, but still the like of like a really pissed off cat.
Have we been making a small fire or not?
It's a great
Assume
question.
so.
Do you
If
want
we
to make
want
a
rest,
small
we
fire
do.
this close to town?
Yeah, I mean, probably not, right?
We're this close? No, probably
You're
not.
pretty close, but on the other hand, fire does keep away the big cats, and even if you can kill them, if they think that you're delicious, they can do a lot of damage very fast. Would you have made a fire?
I don't know, are we wet? Or is it, we dried off?
If it
Yeah, we
rained,
went through
I
the
would have made a
lagoon.
fire.
It's been raining.
It's been raining. Today itself wasn't much of a rainy day, so your clothes are maybe a little damp, but not fully soaked.
It's
do you
rolling
think
with
you-
D3 on a 1-2. We made a fire on a 3. We didn't.
Sure, whatever you want.
We made
Yeah.
a fire.
Yeah, you've got a fire, so you can, hopefully use fire to keep wild animals at bay if you would like.
Yeah, I mean, I'll grab some of the pieces of firewood that we've got next to the fire and I'll like light one up
Mm-hmm.
and start waving it, or like stand up holding it,
Mm-hmm.
looking towards where the cat is.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll like throw this one to Archie and light another one, so we've both got one. And I look down at my wounds and see Sailor that's like gleaming 25 hit points and offer him the piece of wood.
I'm gonna I'll put the piece and yeah, I'll just do that for now.
Yeah. So, a little bit after, there's kind of silence for a while. Then there's the yowl again. And then you hear the sounds of something crashing through the
The
jungle.
cat's enlarge on Archie.
Archie gains 30% of his size. He's much larger now. And then you... Go ahead.
Can I cast Chaos Ward on Archie as well?
Yes.
If that makes him harder to hit, right?
I
I don't know what
think
it is.
so.
Not sure what Chaos Word does.
Chaos Ward.
says-
Go ahead.
I think it says -1 bonus to the subject's armor class, but I think that's like the
That's a
faculty
bonus.
system.
Yeah.
It's a bonus.
Yeah.
That's when I see. Yeah, nice.
Plus, when I see against missile attacks or ranged attacks, it's a bonus of 2 to AC and a bonus of 2 to saving throws, and a chance to direct that missile attacks or directed spells may be deflected or reflected by the chaotic energy shown below. So it'll help deflect physical blows, missile blows, and spells.
Awesome.
Excellent. You hear the sound of something coming crashing through the jungle, and moments later, 2 humans burst through onto the site of your camp and come to a sudden and complete stop before whirling around, putting their backs to you and taking some sort of fighting stance, picking up a stick off the ground, another one picking up a rock off the ground, and staring back into the darkness of
wearing?
the jungle. They're just wearing light clothes. They look like hunter-gatherers that might be out late at night looking for something. Just like ordinary civilians. But they've come to your fire. They've come to your light in the middle of the night to hide from this monster out there, maybe? And they come to a stop with their weapons raised, improvised weapons, and give a shout. Hi, guys! There's something out there. Mind if we use your fire for a moment?
What is it?
I don't know, but it made a yowl. Maybe it's a cougar or a panther? Some big cats on this island.
Did it sound big?
Yeah.
For
Where
1
you live?
copper coin, you may sit at our fire.
You're not serious, right?
I'll glance over at John and just kind of point at like my brass knuckles and point at the two people and like look at him questioningly.
I give a curt shake of the head and I'll say to them, what are you guys doing out here in the middle of the night? Don't you have your own camp?
Yes, sir. But we didn't make a fire. And then we heard the creature, and we ran. We saw light coming from over this direction, and thought, hey, those look like a bunch of wise people. They've got fire. Maybe they will carefully put us up for a short while? The yowl comes again, a little bit closer.
We deal with this thing and then you leave.
They swallow their pride and stay with their backs to you, facing the darkness.
Alright, let them take points.
Can I like have a spell like ready to cast? Like the second I see that tiger, I want to try to entangle it.
Unfortunately, spells can't be held until like with just the last syllable. So when such a creature shows, you can immediately cast it, but you can't like have it poised like you would with a bow or a crossbow or something.
Yeah, gotcha. But that's my intention, is to cast entangle the second I see anything.
Yeah. 10 minutes pass without any more sounds from the jungle. Just these two blokes.
Neal goes back to bed.
Another 10 minutes pass, and the guy holding the rock eventually just sets the rock down. The guy holding the stick is now leaning on it rather than keeping it raised above his head the whole time. And they start to make some small conversation with you. So who are you guys? What are you doing out here?
I'm nobody. What's it to do with you anyway?
Just
What are you
making
doing out here?
conversation. We're looking for the same shit you're probably looking for out here, I guess.
What, bananas?
No, we're not banana farmers. We're lumber spotters. We find the right trees that we can chop down that have the right dimensions for custom needs for shipbuilding back out there. Looking for some good cypress trees.
And a lot of cypress trees in the dark?
Well, no, we don't look at night. We look during the day.
You know town's only over there, right?
We're camping out for the night.
Where's your lumberyard? Where are you guys based out of?
Port Ferris? There's a what do you call him? Carpenter in town. Helps plane these things down.
What do you want for like detect bullshit check? That
Just a wisdom check. No, a charisma check is right.
28.
They seem pretty honest. You can take a look at them. They've got like pretty good arm muscles. One of them has a hatchet tucked into the side of his belt, something that you might use to like mark a tree for later. They seem honestly concerned about the creature that might be out in the darkness.
Yeah.
Their story more or less adds up.
Just laying, and he goes, yeah.
I sigh to myself, not knowing what to do about this now. You don't want to have to kill them, but I feel like when they get back to town and find out about there being 4 people on the run, they're going to be pretty suspicious. Especially if Neal or Sale cast a spell here.
We don't have to kill him.
You know, Enlarge was cast before they showed up, and they've had their backs to you since they've arrived, pretty much. So Archie, grew 30%. And if they turn around, they're going to see that he's actually quite a bit smaller. They might not necessarily process that, or maybe they will.
He looked scary in the shadow of the fire. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
It was a chaotic moment. They were filled with fear.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up to them as they're leaning on their sticks or whatever, and I'll say, alright, well, you two can just sit here, make camp here. 30, 40 feet in front of us, that's fine. In the morning, we part ways.
Yeah. Is everything okay? You seem a little on edge.
I am a little bit on edge because I was relaxing here, and you running through the jungle, bringing fucking creatures
I'm sorry.
to kill me and my friends. Okay.
That's very valid. I'm so sorry. We didn't mean anything by it. We just thought, hey, lives in danger, civilization, friends.
Yes. Well, now all of our lives are in danger, thanks to you.
The guy gives you a sheepish look.
Mate, don't worry about it. Just go to sleep. If you hear the thing again, I'll wake up. we'll deal with it.
Captain Winters has a accent, right? That's not native to the Dardans. I'm just curious if people like pick up on this a little bit, or if it's like pretty not accenty. Because Nilrim can turn it on because he was from the Dardans a little bit. But I don't think either of these three. I think maybe when they're talking to people, there's like a chance they pick it up.
Yeah.
Definitely, because he does have an accent. The Dardanelles is a pretty wide area with a lot of different islands on it, so it's possible they might be mistaking him as just like someone from a very different island. Someone who's educated, who's like met people from Arcadia, would clearly recognize it as an Arcadian accent.
For sure.
These two lumberjacky scouter guys seem kind of uneducated in this topic.
Yes.
And I haven't brought it up yet.
Other 40 islands, yeah.
In a lot of topics, actually. I continue to be like annoyed with them. I continue to be annoyed with them and let them make camp, you know, between us and the beast.
The rest of the night
first in line.
will pass uneventfully. Yeah, you can keep a good watch out, but it appears that your fire is enough to keep the monsters at bay. And they will stay till morning, until sunup.
I think we want to get up leaving pretty early. I know Nilrim's got to learn some spells, maybe sail too, but I think we should maybe try and leave before they do.
All right. And then where to?
Yeah, I'll
Go to
quietly
the
wake everyone up
top
in the
of this
morning.
mountain,
Be like,
Koibu.
You want to go back up the mountain?
Yeah,
Hell
but
yeah.
we'll circle rounding up the backside.
Right, back
Yeah.
up the way that you came?
Yeah.
Okay. That will
And
take...
it's going to take some time, but as we start gaining leverage on the mountain, I'm going to constantly be looking right and left to look for any spots where I can see both the lagoon and the butte, the top of the island.
It won't be until you are all the way up to the top that you will get a good view of either of these things. And you can then proceed to follow the ridge for a little ways, looking for a spot where you have a good view of both.
Correct. Also, I want to wait until night. I want to pick out like the 3 spots or whatever where we have like a good view of both. And I want to wait for night to come because the night market is down there, right? I want to wait until I can hear like the night market as well.
Excellent.
See if like 2 spots are like, and then one's like, okay, I can hear it.
There are a few places where you can see both the mountain and the lagoon. There's one on the very middle. There was kind of like a peak rises that up maybe 50 feet above the rest of the ridge. And if you scramble up on that peak, any point of that peak, you can easily see it. Then there's a rise on the north side that's just a little bit of a rise, just enough that it blocks the view of the mountain from anything down the ridge of you. And from that rise, you can see both the lagoon and that mountain. And there's a similar sort of rise on the south side. It's almost like the mountain kind of comes up on either edge and then down and up in the middle again.
I'm going to cast 2 Detect Magics. One on the first rise, one on the second rise. The first place that we went to, I'm not casting Detect Magic.
Got it. Neither of those will reveal any magic. And when nighttime falls... Well, first off, when you look out over the harbor now, you can see that ship that Lady Nightingale was talking about has arrived, and it is sitting off in the water next to the ship of the White Prince's men, of the cleric and the wizard that you had slain. They're both like bobbing out in the water, and you can see the uniforms of the White Prince's men on them. So the reinforcements have arrived by now.
On both ships, yeah.
Right. When nighttime comes, the wind is blowing in this direction, and from this mountaintop, you can't hear anything in town. During the day, occasionally you can hear like the tink of a hammer, but the wind just constantly blows all the sound out, this direction-ish.
So, I'm either thinking it's on this one, or it might be on this one, because the wind is blowing it like this way, right? This
So you reckon it's out in the sea?
It might be. I don't know, but we're going to look on this. I mean, we're going to try our best.
By Martha's tits.
Maybe 1,000 years ago, this storm wasn't here. Who knows, right?
yeah.
I guess I'm going to just try real doors at one of the spots.
Yep. You give it a shot. It doesn't seem to do anything.
Well, I didn't roll my D3. on which spot it was.
All right, we can cross this off the list.
Yeah, this one's done.
I'll use detect magic at the first spot, by the way.
Yep. Nothing magical
Okay.
around this spot.
All right, so here's the new deal then. We get the boat. We'll check out this island. If it's not there, then we leave.
The issue is if we get the boat, they're just going to see us at this island, and then we lose the boat due to the fact that we're going to be going to the laboratory.
How rough is the sea between Port Ferris and this little island now?
Rowboatable.
Rowboatable.
Is it rowboatable?
Absolutely.
So if I were to get a rowboat from town and then like come from like maybe in the jungle up here or against the peak down here, probably up here is the best spot. I reckon I could row that in a rowboat.
Yes, you should be able to row from town out to the island on a rowboat. The current does go in this direction as well. Yeah, so if you want to do that, you can do it. It'll take a lot longer than if you were going like that.
Okay.
Because you have
so
to go
up from
slightly
there.
against the current, but either of those are theoretically workable to get out there.
Let's do this. Let's go over here. We know these people. We were chill with them.
Yeah.
Right? They probably have a rowboat that we can buy. The current goes this way. So we'll and then like zoom over with the current.
Wasn't this a raised tavern that we avoided?
Yes, it was. The
I thought we
people
went
that
in.
we would.
I don't remember.
We were down there, but they probably will have a rowboat. I mean, they're built on the shore.
At the very least, they'll have a rowboat for us to steal.
Any little village along the coastline is going to have multiple like rowboats or canoes or skiffs or like any
Is there a
village.
village over here?
You don't remember seeing any village over there? There is this like lifted tavern,
It is
and there were
close.
boats out in the water near it. Last time you were there.
Let's go
Captain.
there. We'll buy a boat. We'll sail to your little place.
Let's just bring the treasure with us. This is it. I've never felt more certain. Archie, or Sail, let's go get the treasure that we've buried.
I'll try
Captain
to
can
move
open it up, and maybe that'll raise your spirits.
I'll be like, treasure? Oh, the treasure
Treasure
had me
sale.
buried.
Yeah, you
I'll
better
be like,
remember.
"Oh."
Don't fuck around, Sail.
Don't fuck around with us.
I'll be like, I'm not sure I remember. I'd have to be in the area to find it. I remember the little bit of the road, but I don't remember
Look
where
at
it
the
is.
area.
Wait. You said you buried it on the mountain.
It's here.
Surely
it's
this
on this
is the
mountain.
area.
Yes,
Why do
there
you
is an
think
area
so?
nearby.
Are we like near the road? I guess, yeah.
No, you guys
I
have
know
to
where it is,
hike
I'll-
down to where the road is.
It's not
I'm
too
losing my
bad.
mind with you two right here. We better find this treasure.
We're gonna
You-
find the treasure, Captain.
You were dead on the ground when I
I
was
know.
burying that treasure.
All right, let's go get it, Archie or Sail. Let's all go get it.
All right.
Are you guys keeping track of your HP? Making sure to update it. It's been 2 days now. 3 days.
Yep. So everyone should have 2 more HP than they do. 1, 2. All right. So it'll be
We're going
another.
to get the treasure, Koibu.
So do you do that at night or during the day? Because it's nighttime right now while you're having this discussion.
The answer is at night.
Nighttime.
Yeah.
Scamper down the mountain, try and find your way back to the road in the middle of the night, and then try and find the treasure buried alongside the road.
Goddamn right.
Alrighty. I don't think it's difficult to get down the mountain. Are there any precautions that you're taking? Are you just like trying to get there, or are you trying to get there slowly? Are you trying to get there especially carefully? Is there an adjective that you'd like to apply to your journey?
I feel like I would argue for cautious.
Angry.
Fast, cautious, and angry.
Yeah, think
These
of us as,
three
like,
don't
we're
synergize.
We just discovered where the thing is. Okay, we're all hyped up. We're excited. We're going to get the treasure. Captain's gonna open it. He's gonna have untold riches. We're doing it quick and dirty. Okay,
If we find the treasure, I'll cheer up.
because we're about to get the fuck off this island.
All right.
Yeah.
You do it quickly. Come on. All right. You quickly make your way down this side of the mountain. You find your way back to that same road that you traversed up to the ridge. And now it is up to Sail. Sail, make me an intelligence check, buddy.
No, this is wisdom.
It's not intelligence to remember where you buried something?
No, it's wisdom because you got to know the area. And you got to be able to like suss it out. That's a wisdom thing.
Can I use moment to help myself remember it?
Ooh, what is the moment spell? Let me remember.
it tells me like the best time to do something. So I'll like walk around and then like be like, oh yeah, it's over. It's this way. So would that give me advantage on find it roll?
Use the arcane mathematics of the spell. The priest can determine the ideal moment for any single action in each round that the spell is in effect. In practice, the character informs the priest of an action he wants to undertake in a round. The priest concentrates on the action, informs the character when the correct moment has come. The character then receives a bonus of +4 to the success of his action. You can only... So this would be like if you're in combat, you can get a +4 to hit by waiting for the right moment or something. So if the treasure is within the area that you can walk within the duration of this spell, which is 1 round per level. So it will cover like a 3-minute section of walking to decide whether or not it will help you. So it will give you a slight advantage to your roll, since that's not necessarily going to be in effect while you're walking across the area of the treasure. I will give you whatever check you were going to make at an additional +1, because you've got a wide area to search, wider than the spell zone.
We're arguing for wisdom versus intellect here, right?
Yeah, and I think remembering where you buried treasure is definitely a memory skill, and memory is definitely int.
He can remember like the area, or he can remember like, you know, he buried the treasure, what the area is. But the wisdom is him like noticing like, oh, okay, there's this like bush that is like a berry bush that I remember that I went down this path. I'm arguing wisdom here.
Isn't that memory? Isn't that intelligence? I think you just defined intelligence and applied it to wisdom. Someone back me up here.
Back me up, Nick.
Wait, I don't think remembering things is necessarily intelligence. Is it? I've not got the best memory, but I'm incredibly intelligent. So
True. All right, I'll make the check with a +1.
Wait.
Wouldn't have mattered.
Never mind.
Wouldn't have mattered whatever the stat was. Okay. Fucking love D&D. Spend 10 minutes arguing over the skill. Roll a 2 anyway. Love it. Fucking love D&D. Yeah, so you walk along this path in the dark, in the night, and after walking up and down a couple of sections, you're not really sure. You're going to need to revisit it during daylight hours to find the spot, because you buried it in the late afternoon when you could actually see well. But now we are, I don't know, a couple days after a new moon, so there's almost no light out at all.
Good, let's camp.
You have to try it during the day. Okay. Climb back up the mountain.
Sorry for fucking the party there, but I was in a blind rage, so I don't think I would remember.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I just won't trust you to do shit.
Winter's fun. I'm imagining a scene where Sail is like furiously and nervously like digging around in the leaves looking for the spot, and Winters is just like standing there, tapping his foot, like angrily staring at him, not saying anything.
We'll visit
Like,
during the day.
it's around here somewhere. I know it. I don't remember.
We're gonna find it during the day, Captain.
We better
You guys
hope so.
Climb back up the mountain in the middle of the night, doing your best to make it up. Can I get some sort... Give me a strength or a dex check from each member of the party. Your choice to navigate mountains without causing any undue problems.
I was gonna ask if something could help me. Fuck.
Yeah, so only one of you is going to struggle up the mountain. I will... Yeah, it's going to be fine. I'm rolling individual checks for each one of you that failed to see if what you do causes any attention or notice to anyone, or if I roll poorly enough, you've got some sort of like stumble and fall down the mountain in the middle of the night. Nilrum, you end up loosening some big rocks and letting them tumble down the mountainside. Fortunately for you, there was no one nearby to hear them, but had there been anyone walking on that path, patrolling it late at night, they would have heard or seen you. But it's fine for now. You guys can make it back to the top of the mountain, find that little cave again, rest, and in the morning,
We're gonna go get our treasure.
Go get that treasure.
Another HP?
I don't know. With a day of climbing mountains and stuff, I think no HP. That's strenuous activity for certain.
Even with a 34? A 34 Neal? I danced up the mountain.
He ran. Yeah, he danced.
Yeah, but you danced up a fucking mountain. Do you know how hard dancing up a mountain is?
Yeah, for you, not for John Winters. Dances up mountains for breakfast.
Not gonna lie, but I think I've seen John Winters on the ground more than I've seen him standing.
Hey now. You watch it, you're on thin ice, buddy.
True. We go and get the treasure.
Yeah,
During the
I'm pretty sure I'd be
daytime-
able to find it in the day.
You can find it in the day without any problems. The only question is there anyone on the road at that same time?
There's not.
Probably not.
not.
There's a low
There
chance
is.
of that happening, right? It would have to be, what, a...
Oh wait, I'm
10%
changing my spells 'cause I
chance?
used them. Just a heads up.
Yeah. Maybe like a 10% chance of someone showing up on the road?
Yeah, give him a 20%. Fuck it.
All right, I'll give him a 20%.
No!
Why,
What are you doing?
Stop.
In fact, Moon, why don't you roll me a D100?
I want low. Low equals there's someone.
Oh, okay. And there's no one on the road. You make your way down the mountain, and there it is, Sail. You know exactly where it is. You now that there's daylight out and you can actually see what the fuck you're doing, you can easily spot the area where the chest was. A whole bunch of new mud and leaves and shit was washed down by the storm over it, so it's especially well hidden from everything. But you easily recognize that rock. In your memory, you've got some like, oh yeah, I smeared a whole bunch of blood on that rock. Okay, it's washed off by now, but that's definitely that bloody rock I smeared on. And with, I guess, just your hands, you guys can slowly dig up that 200-pound chest of who knows what.
Open it, Captain.
I would like to use warp wood to immediately break the chest open.
No, don't. We need
Okay,
the.
I
We're
won't.
kind
We
of
need
carrying
the
the
chest,
coins.
yeah.
We're carrying the coins in it.
No, I won't do it.
I pull out my thieves' picks. I rub my hands together. I fiddle with the lock a little bit. I look into it. I try and get the
It's
sun
got
to
all
shine
this-
into the hole a little bit.
There's all this gross dirt in there. You're gonna have to like wash it out before you even do anything.
Yeah. I get my water skin and my dagger and like chip away the dirt, make sure it's like nice and clean,
There you go.
and get my lock picks out. I take my +10 bonus for the perfectly clean state of the lock. And I roll. Yes. It clicks.
Easy peasy. You flip it open, and the sunlight glitters off of a mountain of silver.
I open my backpack and I look at Nilrim.
There's no
the
way your
feather.
backpack's gonna hold 200 pounds of silver.
No, I know. I put the
Okay.
feather back in, and then I start shoveling the silver from my backpack into the chest.
I give him an eye.
Okay. This chest now has 11,000 silver in it.
11,100.
Shit, fucking
No,
load.
I'll keep 100 on me. I'll keep 100 on me.
That's 100 gold or 1,000 gold.
Yeah,
1,000 gold.
1,000 gold, 100,000 copper.
We're rich. Okay.
really
Do you know
are.
what, Sale? Good job, Sale.
Probably more than the dragon will have that we killed yesterday.
Oh, as well, Neal. I've been picking up silver coins if I've been finding them as we've been walking along the edge of the mountain.
No, he chucked it off the other edge of the mountain. Because you're coming down this section, he chucked it off the next section down.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I scoop
Okay.
up a little bit of silver and put it in my pockets as well? Like, listen, I just need a little, just in case.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
take it. I think everyone can take like. Does everyone want like 50 silver?
I'm gonna put my hand on John and say, finally, we can buy my mother's ring back from Lady Nightingale.
We'll
Oh,
take
that's
it off
true.
her at some point. Don't worry.
I told
Listen,
you
I
to
don't
get
think
it
we're
right.
gonna need. I don't think we're gonna need any silver to get that ring back, my friend.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
coming
but you-
clean off her finger.
You can have
Let's
the
head
finger
out.
too if you want. All right, Archie.
Um,
I assume you're okay carrying this.
Yes, I'll also take 50 silver out and put it in my pockets.
Are
Okay.
you keeping track of the silver in the chest now?
Can you put,
No.
I'll put it on the party sheet. How much is it?
Okay.
Can you give us a party
I will
sheet?
give you a party sheet.
Thank you.
I put 1,000 in it. It had 10,000, but then everyone's taking 50 apart from me.
I add those
I'm not
50 to
taking
my
Could I comfortably
character
take
sheet,
100?
right?
Yeah.
So
just have it
11,000.
So it's 10,900 now. Archie, you taking 100?
Yeah. Where do I add that on my character sheet? Sorry.
So 10,800.
Here.
Yeah. Under
Okay.
gear. Yeah, personal wealth top. So 10,800. Nilrim, you're not taking any.
Nope.
Okay, great.
Norm's like
So-
greedy.
I was joking about Archie being able to carry the chest. Like, he can't carry it on his own, can he?
No,
I
it's
could help him.
it's over 200
You can-
pounds now. It's going to take two people to carry. And holding a chest in front of you is just an
That's
awkward thing. You really do need to haul it between two people. And just like hauling the bodies up the mountainside in the middle of the night, hauling the chest up the mountainside is a huge pain in the ass. It's a small, dense object that really needs you to
I
hold
don't think
on
we're
to it to
going
get
up
anywhere.
the mountainside anymore. I'm pretty
You
sure
want to come
we're
down
going
the
down.
road into town?
We're going
No, the
down
other way.
into this way.
Well,
We're going
so
to
you're
go.
on the inside of this mountain right now. So there's a road that clearly comes down. If you want to come over to this side, you have to go up the mountain to cross over it because
Yep,
you're like
then we're going
halfway
up.
down. Okay.
That's what we're doing.
Up, over, down, and out to the other village.
Right before we leave, can I like see at any point the palace area?
I hope to God not.
See, on the switchback road you can't, but when you're climbing up the mountain, you will be within an area where if you like, move some bushes or climb out onto a tree branch or something, you could probably get a view of it. Yeah.
Can I like kind of just step out and have a look at it and see if I could maybe see both? Like think if I could do the triangulation, could I see both the lagoon and the little foot
No
of the
way.
mountain?
No.
Okay.
The palace wouldn't be able to see this because it's like built against the backside of another mountain. It wouldn't see either of these.
Okay. That's it.
All right. Up and over the mountain we go, and down to the brew house over here, the tavern, the seaside shanty.
Yeah, no,
one of
we're
those
clearly
things.
We're clearly not dragging the boat all the way in, so I think once we get to like here, I think Nilram and Sail can stay with the boat and stay with the chest, and me and Archie will go and get a boat and bring it.
I want to stay with Archie. Me and Archie, you and Sail go.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds
Archie,
good.
keep an eye on him.
All right. So
All right. Wait, Neal, how much do I think a boat would cost? In silver.
it's a very
paying?
reasonable question.
Yoink that shit. Oh, no, don't yoink that shit.
No, it's better to just pay
It's
for
better
it.
to pay because then they won't know that a boat's been, yeah.
Yeah.
We could even just rent it. Say, hey, we need it for a day.
You can't
Save
rent
money.
that.
Have you watched
No.
Django, Nick?
Django'd? No.
Oh. Fuck.
Unless you mean Django Unchained.
Yeah, Django Unchained, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know
Wow.
how, you can't go in there trying to buy a horse. You gotta ask for the whole farm, right?
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
But I
so
can't
Make an
Ooh.
offer to buy the tavern, but you
Alright,
need
I'll
the boat. Yeah.
I'll sell for a boat.
I'll settle for a boat to go get my money to bring it back to the tavern.
Yeah. It's a good idea, actually. I want to buy the tavern. How much is it? 10,000 gold. Okay, well, I haven't got that much on me. I need to get back to town. Can I borrow a boat?
Yeah, we'll come in with our giant chest. Oh, I thought it'd be a little bit less. Let me go get my other chest.
a rowboat, a skiff in this situation will be 1,000 silver, probably.
A drop
Like,
in the
yeah.
bucket for rich people like us.
Are you
Mhm.
accounting for the increased price of the desperateness of the situation, or are you saying?
No.
that,
I'm saying that's just like a regular a regular market rate for a rowboat would be 1,000 silver.
Okay, I take 1,900 out of the party chest, Moon. So I've got
Okay.
2,000 silver on me.
Okay.
Mediumly encumbered, and
I'm
me and
taking that
Sail
off
are
the party
going.
sheet.
Yeah, me and Sail are going to walk to this tavern.
All right.
What's your carry weight?
I'm on medium encumbrance right now. Do you want to take some of the gold? Do you want to take some of the silver?
My carry weight is 55, so if it's less than that, I could carry it easily.
Well, here, look. You just put another 1,000 on your sheet.
Hey, we
Alright.
have 8,900 silver left in our stores.
Yeah.
Okay. The two of you head off to the seaside tavern to go buy a boat. The other two of you stay behind to keep an eye on the chest. And we'll take our second break right here. And when we come back, adventure awaits. See you guys on the other side. Wait, that's not how we go to break.